Smoke, there it is.
Yeah.
I know that's what they're talking about.
Maybe.
Wow! Holy, that is amazing.
It is 7 a.m. in Scottsdale, Arizona. We snuck out of our friend's house to head up north to Uranium Springs. We're on our way, about 4 hours away, but thanks Chuck and Christy for all of your sacrifice and drinking. Marty especially enjoyed it, didn't you, Poppins?
Sure did. Oh my gosh, seen the backside of Scottsdale.
So yeah, we'll see you on the trip up to the high desert. Washboard Road's my favorite. If you go faster, they're not as bumpy, but if you go faster, you also make them worse over time. You're not Reverend Lawless, are you? How you doing? I brought you guys some welding rods and some whiskey.
Awesome.
So
Those things are amazing.
Is Robin here?
Yes.
All right. Thanks for letting us visit.
Of course.
Doing engineering.
We'll be back shortly.
All right.
Excellent.
See you guys around. Thanks a lot.
Nice rig.
Thanks. So we met Reverend Lawless, as you know, and now we're coming up on the gate of Uranium Springs. Uranium Springs is a themed private campground in the painted high desert of Arizona. For an annual fee, you can rent a campsite, erect permanent apocalyptic themed structures, and partake in various events. The tribes of Uranium Springs each have their own character that is driven by creative expression. Poppins and I were visiting the tribe, engineers of the apocalypse. Yeah. Well. This is Robin. This is Killer Bee.
Good.
Hi.
Is that a model?
I'm gonna take my toys and go home.
So, this is the,
Play in the playground.
This is the engineer's camp.
This
They're
is the
not
engin-
engineers. So you got to come through the front gate.
Are those cup holders? What is this?
This is Susie.
Okay.
This is our doorbell.
Okay.
Fire pit is actually in the process. They're right under the lit one.
Yeah, right. Wow.
This is Mike, our fearless leader.
Mike,
Master Chief.
So you're the head engineer,
He is the head
basically?
engineer.
Why do you do this?
He is Master Chief.
I love it. You get to build a fort with tractors and welders.
This table was here first, and we kind of accidentally built the kitchen around it. The F-bomb.
Oh yeah, there it is. The engineers of the apocalypse are led by Master Chief. He teaches college metal fabrication technology. His team and expertise have positioned the tribe as the skilled builders of the campground. And there's always a lot of projects around camp, so we pitched in to lend a hand.
Closer to the F-bomb rather than the right side coming back.
We've been here 10 minutes and already Killer Bee has put us to work. Structures at the camp have an inspection and approval process to ensure safety. How is she as an apprentice?
Really great.
Yeah.
She does. She's everybody's lapdog. It's important.
The high desert of Arizona is a desolate place and takes a special person to live there. Uranium Springs only has one distant neighbor, and Richard is just that type of cowboy.
I was a Navy pilot. There's one other Navy pilot that comes out.
This is kind of like a campground for the creative.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
honestly,
that's exactly what it
you
is.
rent a lot for the year, And you got a place to camp.
Oh my God!
This is the Pied Piper of the dogs.
So there are people from all walks of life. He's an attorney.
Is he?
Yeah.
And a dog whisperer. So what's your favorite part about this?
My favorite part is the people, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love people, but I have to be able to pick which people I love. So I live out here.
Many of the people we met were more than just campers. They contributed valuable time and talent to making it a community.
I like to be involved. So part of my involvement, other than being asked to do the mascot, is me going, this thing is broken, can I fix it?
She's special.
Richard watches over the camp and keeps the riffraff out. He is a true gem of a guy, and I felt obligated to offer my Viking appreciation for meeting him. During events, Uranium Springs becomes a small town complete with a movie theater, kart races, food service, burlesque shows, a bar, store, hospital, and even a post office. And our next stop was to the Turbulence camp and the church to meet Reverend Lawless. So what is Turbulence known for?
The original camp.
Yeah.
Original camp.
Awesome. That's amazing.
So,
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
can you guys
What was
tell
the
them
inspiration? And I love your chair.
He wanted to become rich.
So, I've done medieval reenactment prior to this.
Sure, yeah.
So, costumes and camping was a thing.
Do you want to
Did
come
this
in?
Mad Max thing and fell in love with it.
Yeah.
So I came back to Arizona. I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna, see if I can find some land, and I'll try to host, something similar. Found a land auction site. The auction was 40 acres, painted desert, blah blah blah. But there was no photos, no nothing, and the starting bid was $4,000. I'm like, I'm gonna get outbid anyway, so I bid $4,000. Nobody bid against me. But I scraped it together. We had no clue what this was. And so we came out here, and there was no road to the site, so we camped up on that ridgeline up there. And so we stopped there, and we camped up on top, and the sun's starting to set, and all of a sudden this pickup truck starts just not down a road, just fucking bounding through the grass. Well, we got some meth head out here who doesn't want us on their land. And this guy hopped out of his truck with his dog, and he's like, so what are you doing out here? I'm like, well, I bought some land someplace down there. And I show him my map, and he's like, huh, well, I'll come back tomorrow and I'll take you down there. Nice. It's grown beyond. Initially it was, this is my idea and this is what I'm doing now. All of this has very little to do with me. It grew far beyond what my initial plan was. It was supposed to be 40 people getting drunk in the desert party, and now it's a community that's.
So people often would ask me, why do you support these people? And they say, I have no TV. This is like reality. Yeah, I love it.
I came away from our chat with Sam Lawless knowing he took a risk on a vision. Now he's a bit of a reluctant leader, but he is well respected and well liked, and I can see why. I liked him too.
Wow!
Hurricanes blowing.
I know the end is coming soon.
I know the end is coming soon.
I fear rivers overflowing.
As we sat around the campfire, I reflected that in a world with anger, fighting, and hate, Uranium Springs is a place to take shelter from it, where you won't find judgment. You can express yourself and you can build friendships.
It's bound to take your life. There's a bathroom on the left.
Funny beans, I stay machines. I don't even know why. My girlfriend, she's at the end. She is starting to cry. Let me go on like a blister in the sun. Let me go on.
It's morning in Uranium Springs, and it's a pretty neat place. And we're gonna pack up this morning and leave. Beautiful sunrise over the desert. Desert sunrises are some of my favorite. But we got to hang out in the painted desert by the petrified forest. Poppins is inside soaking up some Z's, and it's about 6:30 in the morning, and had a lot of fun. A shooting star.
Yep, I saw a shooting star and I couldn't think what to wish for. Because my life is so perfect.
Maybe wish for warmth.
At this point,